Hello everyone, my name is Holden Hardman, this is my lovely wife Jen, and today we're continuing our journey through She-Hulk. Now we're watching episode 2 before we have posted episode 1 on our end. I have seen a lot of reaction and feedback to episode 1 after we filmed it. Obviously there's a lot of the woman angle and how Marvel handles empowered female characters and a lot of the criticisms that come from that. We actually talked about a couple of those things in our review anyways. So anyway, I say all that because I don't know what the general reaction to our discussion was by the time we're filming this one. I will say that kind of regardless of that, I'm enjoying the show. I'm kind of taking it for what it is.
Absolutely.
And I'm looking forward to going into the rest of the series.
Yeah, I very much am able to go into this knowing that it may not meet like what my ideal show or movie is, but it can still be good in its own right. And I think She-Hulk, along with Ms. Marvel, is kind of the same territory. I tend to like darker stuff. She-Hulk doesn't really seem to be going down that road. It's very jokey, lighthearted almost. I get that and I accept that, and I'm still really enjoying it. I love the idea of the Hulk, so having a female version of that is just a nice little road to go down. Tatiana Maslany, she was in Orphan Black, and I absolutely loved her in Orphan Black, and so I think she's doing a good job at playing She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Jen.
Yeah, I think she's doing a great job. My only real criticisms, I guess, last time were kind of the ease to which she kind of had her powers. They almost portrayed her as being better or more of a natural at stuff like that than Bruce was, kind of having enhanced powers over Bruce just for the sake of doing that. Stop complaining because I'm a woman and I have to be catcalled. And I've seen people argue back and forth on what she meant by that, but either way, they know how to do good female characters. Alien is the perfect example. Ripley from Alien, fantastic female character, but she's a strong character regardless of her being a woman. And I feel like they try to make you like her because she's a woman, not because she's a good character. And I think that's their mistake, at least in that first episode.
And my hesitation was, and even before I saw the first episode going in, I was like, okay, this is going to be a female-centered character with aspects of a character we already know as being male. And so I have been concerned that Marvel has really essentially been trying too hard. You know, with she's female, like we have to make it different. We have to shake it up. I am of the belief that they don't need to change that much. I'm fine with a little change here and there just to make it unique, but not completely changing the formula that has worked. First episode, I felt a little bit of that. I was like, oh, I'm hoping they don't go down that road of just trying too hard. Just let it play out the way that it is. So that would be my biggest hesitation going in.
That's kind of how I feel too. I feel like they're more in the pandering territory than they are sincere character territory. At least in the first episode, but that's the first episode. I am excited to continue on. I love that Bruce Banner's Hulk's in this as well. We can actually see him be there. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. She-Hulk episode 2.
Sketches show a stunning scene at the Metropolitan Courthouse today. Influencer Titania caused panic while
it said she was trying to flee traffic court.
Yeah. So this chick, pretty decent.
Jesus.
A She-Hulk? Exactly.
Looking a little rough, the CG.
Yeah.
But TV show, you know, better than I could do.
Debut superpowers just to drum up publicity for yourself.
Only you would think that.
There's a hot chick over there. I'm gonna go talk to it.
Talk to it.
Jesus.
See, that's the part I feel like it might be trying too much.
Yeah.
The hot chick, I'll go talk to it. I've never met a man that said something like that.
Do the Avengers offer healthcare? Maternity leave?
Considering how they handled Falcon, I'm guessing not.
Could you go back to Jen? Jen, this is a serious conversation. Since you saved the lives of the entire jury today, GLK&H argued that the jury was then biased in your...
That actually might be a good case. I mean,
Absolutely.
You did the right thing, but it unraveled our case. I'm sorry, Jen. I have to let you go.
oh,
What?
See, that,
A liability for the DA's office.
yeah, that doesn't make sense. What? I could see the jury thing, but attorney for hire.
We're not prepared to offer you the position.
Aw.
Sorry.
Did you see the background change from like high class to like
Oh, I
in
didn't
the
notice that.
basement?
Jen,
What?
Jen, what are you doing? Eye on the prize. Come
No.
What?
I just had a picture of. What did I just see there?
family dinner right after I get fired. Hi. You shouldn't have. Oh, you know this.
I already told everyone, so it won't be awkward.
Fire.
Chad.
So I got promoted to manager over at the Best Buy.
Nice.
Employed and promoted, right?
Oh, come on.
I told him that my daughter was a superhero. He hadn't heard of you, but I gave him your number.
That Hawkeye guy. And collect them when he's done.
Jenny?
It's pretty hazardous to leave those things lying around.
Pretty hazardous.
What do you need me to do, Dad?
That was just an excuse to check in with you.
Good for him.
Good dad.
Now I feel like I'm being punished for doing the right thing. Like I get fired for saving people, and now I can't get another job.
Well,
Maybe I should have just let those people get smushed by that desk.
sweetheart, the thing that you were dreading happened, but look, you're still standing. And now you get to keep moving on.
Good dad.
Another one, Jen.
Mr. Holloway?
May I buy you a drink? I'd like to offer you a job. You laid out a winning case against us. Before I had it declared a mistrial, of course. So,
I'll only do it if I can hire my own paralegal.
I truly do not care who.
Jen Walters is back, baby.
We are thrilled to have you join the team.
I'm so happy to be here.
We just started a superhuman law division, and I want you, well, as the She-Hulk.
Could have mentioned that before she
Yeah.
accepted the job.
Okay, this sucks. I am totally qualified, but now everyone around here is always going to think this.
What do you think about it?
I'm agnostic.
Interesting.
I'll spend the rest of the year worrying about what I just said.
Ah, here we are.
Look at everything it's getting us. Are you kidding? I have to buy an entirely new wardrobe just to come to work.
Yeah, and you're making enough money where you can do that now.
I made you guys a welcome basket.
Oh!
A map to the best bathroom from Pope.
Oh, that's me. That would be me. Did I tell you guys about my app idea, Skip to the Loo? Much about that?
Don't say it, somebody's gonna steal it.
I probably will.
As Abomination, Mr. Blonsky has been serving a sentence in an ultra-high security prison.
It's one of the few times they've actually acknowledged the 2008 Hulk movie. Abomination was also briefly seen in Shang-Chi.
If you don't take the case, then you don't have a job here.
That was Edward Norton, so isn't that like a different...
It's the same character, but...
But it wouldn't be a different universe?
Not according to the original timeline here. Because Tony Stark came and talked to Edward Norton at the end of that movie.
Although we have taken every precaution, we cannot guarantee your safety.
In the event of injury or death, please indicate who we should notify.
It's that bad, huh?
I wonder if it's going to be Tim.
Serve me up with
Is it
some
Tim Roth?
fatherly.
Wow. Tim Roth.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, I'm cool.
I've completely transformed myself.
Does that mean that you can't turn into the Abomination anymore, or you won't?
Choose not to.
Is he wearing Crocs?
Yes.
Briefly, 7 soulmates that I met through the prison pen pound program that I want to start a new life with.
The serum the government gave you caused your subsequent actions?
I was a highly decorated soldier. I thought I was the good guy. You know? Captain Bloody America. Something.
It's not the way I recall it.
And cousin is held up as some kind of hero, and I'm locked up in here.
No, if I recall correctly, he got the injections, additional injections from Mr. Green, and then proceeded to rampage and destroy Harlem.
Various haikus that I've written to each of my victims. I just want to live in peace on a large piece of property purchased for me by my 7 soulmates.
Hey, Jen, what's up?
Bruce, hey. It doesn't seem like you hold a grudge. At least you've never talked about that before. And you're always saying that, I want to believe that he's reformed.
Well, sure,
Isn't rehabilitation something that we should strive?
He wrote me a really nice letter a while back. And a really heartfelt haiku. So it put I'm a completely different person.
I'm a completely different person now.
What'd they end up naming you anyway?
She-Hulk? Don't.
That's got a nice ring to it. She-Hulk, attorney at law. You got this. Just be careful, okay?
Yeah.
I got some things I gotta take care of.
All right.
Okay. Phone call over, I guess.
There you are.
I'd like to accept your offer.
That's good to hear, Miss Walters. So this means you're taking Blonsky's case.
I've already got a winning strategy, and it is 100% in the bag.
Might want to take a look at the news right now.
Yes.
Have a good evening, Miss Walters.
Shocking footage leaked showing the Abomination participating in what appears to be an under.
Oh my goodness.
That sucks.
All right.
I don't know what 4K is. This thing nobody does, but you still need it. Real, dude. I don't know what doing.
Drop it down.
Okay,
Drop it down.
okay.
Good. There you go. Yeah, watch out for the lamb. Yeah, good. Yeah. Okay.
All right, just finished watching She-Hulk episode 2. What did you think?
I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot. I was trying to recall, or not recall, but visualize Abomination. He was the one that the Hulk was fighting in like downtown area.
It was like nighttime.
Yeah, they destroyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so I thought it was interesting to have him in the mix with this, and I just enjoy Jen as a character. She seems very like headstrong, you know, very dependent on herself, her gut. I like that type of character. So and she's funny, she's great. Seeing her have to take on this job that isn't ideal for her and all the things that come along with it. She's taking a client that you know, in the beginning was less than desirable for her. Just seeing her have to take on this firm or be a part of this firm now that I don't think is her first choice either. I think it's going to make her a stronger character. I think that it's going to be interesting to see her have to or be forced to bring She-Hulk into this. The head lawyer was like, you know, we want you to be She-Hulk in the court. I think this is just going to make for really juicy TV. Honestly.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. I really enjoyed it. I love seeing Tim Roth come back. Holy cow. And, you know, for the longest time, I know when we first watched the MCU, when we watched the 2008 Hulk movie, and I think even when Matt and I watched it together, a lot of people were like, it's not even a part of the MCU. It's not canon of the MCU. I'd never seen anything official saying that. They've referenced it only like once or twice in one of the other movies, but it's nice to see them like outright talk about it. Have Tim Roth, who was in the 2008 movie, in Shang-Chi, he was there in the cage fight or whatever to validate the 2008 movie. And then of course they're being cheeky about him being like, I'm literally a different person, because you know it's a different actor now. But you made a good point. It was like, was that actually a multiverse thing? And until the multiverse, no, there was just a recasting. Same thing like when Terrence Howard played Rhodey in like the first Iron Man, and they replaced him with Don Cheadle. It's still the same universe, but it's just a recasting. So similar, I guess. So the events with Edward Norton are this Bruce Banner.
Well, I'm thinking from, it's difficult for me because I saw all these movies like back to back, so I didn't really have time to absorb it. But I'm thinking like Spider-Man. You know how we have 3 different actors and they're all supposed to be different universes. So I kind of took the actor for the Hulk as the same type of situation.
Yeah, and that might be a really good way to look at it. I think I've always rationalized it as like, I know like when the reboots happen, sort of meta information. So like I know Sony owned the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies. They rebooted it within there. So I know that those are separate entirely. But because Edward Norton is still within the continuity of the other movies, like that's in universe, but just a recasting.
It's very
but it's kind of complicated.
I just don't have as much like background on it as you do, but that's how I was like thinking of it. It's nice to have a character that was in, because you know we have She-Hulk, which is for me like a new character. You know, we have the Hulk, but it's nice to throw in somebody else that is a familiar name. Yeah,
we still get those little moments like where she's walking through the office and she makes a comment about these hyper successful men. She's like, I bet they never had to worry about this on their first day. I'm not crazy about that kind of stuff because
That's exactly what I mean by I feel like they're trying too hard. That's worrisome. The only other critique that I had was the CGI does look a little rough. I noticed that it's really not even her face that's rough. I noticed like her hands, for me, look really rough as far as the CGI.
Yeah, I really noticed the face. I
thought the face looked fine. The hair, like in combination with the face, I noticed, but the face in general I thought looked okay. The hands though, when I was paying attention to it, looked very...
The only other thing I'm interested in seeing how they handle is that we've been told in some of the comments that Daredevil is going to be making an appearance at some point, which would be great. That's what the comments say. I don't know if it's been verified or not.
Oh, I would love that.
But it makes sense. She's an attorney, you know, and superhuman and all that, and he was in No Way Home. My only concern about that is the tonality of the Daredevil show on Netflix, and I know it's probably going to be its own iteration of that character for this, but the tonality is so different between Matt Murdock and this style show. I really don't want them to cheapen the Netflix style of Daredevil, because there were so many great episodes and moments in court, on the streets. It was gritty, it was real. That's my big concern about mixing these two different styles.
I think it's going to depend on how much he is in this series.
That's a good point,
because
too.
if he's just makes an appearance in one episode, I think that would be acceptable, because I totally get what you're saying too with the difference in the tone. And with the characters, it would just be interesting to see them mesh, but with the tone, I could understand that creating an issue and not feeling like genuine.
Yeah. This is a concern I have.
But I would like to see just an appearance. I don't necessarily think that he should be a presence in a majority of the series. I think that would take away from She-Hulk. I think that it would just not make sense tone-wise. But I would think that him just making an appearance would be like, ah.
Yeah. And I don't know for sure to what extent. We do know that Vincent D'Onofrio came back in Hawkeye, and he pretty much seemed like he was the same type of character, like the same that we knew from the Netflix show. When Charlie Cox was in No Way Home, he still kind of had his sort of the cadence and the way that he talks, sort of that.
But see, and that worked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because it was just very small, I liked that. So I'm hoping that they stick with that type of theme for this series, if he does appear.
I agree. Now, we do know that there is going to be a Daredevil show or Daredevil movie produced by Disney Plus featuring Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio. It's called Daredevil Born Again.
I'm so excited.
I am too, but as far as Daredevil's role in this, that's my big concern, tone-wise, mixing those two. The episode was great, it was fine.
Yeah.
I wish that they would release like more episodes kind of at once, because not a whole lot really happened in this. Her meeting Tim Roth was really the only thing, which was cool seeing.
How many episodes?
9 in this, I believe.
Okay.
So, you know, I want to see the next episode.
That would be worrisome, because with that, and I agree with you that the 2 episodes that we've seen, very subtle things have happened. I'm wondering how much is really going to take place in the 7 remaining episodes, because I want some big things to happen. That's what I'm looking for. I'm a little curious. You know, we've lately had a string of either movies or shows where the ending hasn't really wrapped up the way that we want. We felt like they haven't had enough time, essentially. So I'm hoping this isn't, you know, gonna be that.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'd love to know you guys' thoughts down in the comments below, so leave us a comment. If you enjoyed this video, leave it a like. It helps the channel out a lot. You can check out Patreon. You can get to see some stuff early, as well as watch the full-length reaction. If you want to watch the She-Hulk show with us in its entirety, check out Patreon. You can do that. But for now, that is it. Jen and I appreciate you watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Take care.